Good afternoon, dear children. We can continue the lesson electric current and its effect. Last class we have discussed about the electric circuit and the symbols of various electric components, and also we have learned LED, that is light emitting diode, and we learned the combination of electric cell, that is series. We can connect the cells in two ways, that is series and parallel, isn't it? And today's class we are talking about the heating effect of electric current. Okay, you can study the heating effect of electric current, isn't it? When an electric current passes through a conductor or a wire, it produces heat. Okay, an electric current passes through a conductor or wire, actually it produces heat. Some heat is generated actually. Then why does this happens? Okay, every material that resist or oppose the flow of electric current that passes through it. Okay, this is actually called the resistance. Okay, this is called what? Resistance. What is meant by resistance? Every material resist or oppose the flow of electric current that passes through it, and this is termed as resistance. Okay, every material resist or oppose the flow of electric current that passes through it. Okay, this is called what? Resistance. Okay, even a good conductor such as copper wire has some resistance. Copper is a good conductor even though it has some resistance. Listen it. Then what is resistance actually? Every material resist or oppose the flow of electric current that passes through it. This is called the resistance. Okay. Then we can compare the resistance with the force of friction. Okay. We can compare this resistance with the force of friction. Listen it. If you rub your palms against each other, what will happen? Your palms get heated. It becomes warm. Okay, actually this is due to what? Friction. Okay, this is due to actually friction between the surfaces of your palm. Okay, and here similarly the resistance due to resistance actually the wire heats up when electric current passes through it. Listen it. This is actually called the heating effect of electric current. That is, when electric current passes through a conductor or a wire, due to resistance, it becomes what will generated actually? Heat is generated. Okay, it becomes actually heats up and produces actually heat. And this is called what? Heating effect of electric current. This is called the heating effect of electric current. Okay, when electric current passes through a conductor or wire, due to resistance, heat is generated. Listen it. And this is called what? Heating effect of electric current. Okay, when electric current passes through a conductor or a wire, due to resistance, it produces heat, and this is called actually heating effect of electric current. Listen it. And here actually electric energy gets converted into what? Heat energy. The heating effect actually the electric energy is converted into heat energy. Okay. And what are the electric appliances or devices that is based on this heating effect of electric current? What are the devices that is based on, or what are the devices when they are working actually heat is generated? Okay, electric heater, then electric toaster, then iron box, electric iron, also electric bulb, then electric oven and the room heater are the devices that work based on this heating effect of electric current. Okay, what are the electric devices that is based on heating effect of electric current actually? Electric bulb, then electric iron actually, then water heater, then room heater, toaster, electric oven are the devices that is based on heating effect of electric current. Listen it. In all such devices, there is a coil of wire. There is a coil of wire which is called the element. It is called an element or element. Okay. All these devices have a coil of wire called an element. And when the electric device is switched on, what actually happens is the element becomes red hot and gives out heat. When such devices are switched on, the element becomes red hot. That is why it produces what? Heat. Listen to it. That is about actually the heating effect of electric current. Then what is the mean by heating effect of electric current? When electric current passes through a conductor or a wire due to resistance, it produces heat. This is called the heating effect of electric current. Then what are the electric devices that is based on this heating effect of electric current? Electric bulb, then water heater, then electric iron, then toaster, then room heater, electric oven. These are the examples for the electric devices that is based on the heating effect of electric current. Listen to it. All of you got it? The amount of heat energy or heat generated by a conductor or a metallic conductor, that depends actually on the strength of current. Okay. The amount of amount of heat that is generated, that actually depends on the strength of current. First, the strength of current. Okay. Then the type of material, the type of metal. Okay, the different types of metals are there: copper, aluminium, silver. These are the different types of metals. Okay, so which type of metals are using? Based on this, the amount of heat generated, it gets differ. Listen to it. And also the length of conductor, and also the thickness. Okay, these are also on the thickness. Actually, these are the factors on which the heat generated by a conductor or metallic conductor depends. Okay, what are the factors on which the heat generated by a metallic conductor actually depends? First, the strength of current. And then the type of metal. The length of the conductor and the thickness of the conductor. Okay, what are the factors on which the heat generated by a conductor depends? First, the strength of current. Then second, the type of metals that we are using. Then third, the length of the conductor. Then fourth, the thickness of the conductor. Okay, these are the factors on which the heat generated by a conductor or a metal conductor depends. Listen to it. Next, we can see what makes a bulb glow. Okay, how the bulb actually glows. Actually the bulb glows. Actually, it is due to the heating effect. Okay, the bulb glows. That is due to the heating effect of electric current. Okay, the working of electric bulb is actually based on the heating effect of electric current. Okay, actually the bulb has a partial vacuum. Okay, vacuum means actually no air. Here it is partial vacuum. The bulb has a partial vacuum and argon gas and a thin filament of tungsten. Okay, that it is tungsten filament. All these things. Okay. And these are the important parts of an electric bulb. Actually, it has a partial vacuum and actually it is argon gas. Which gas is actually filled in the electric bulb? It is argon gas. Then tungsten filament. Okay, partial vacuum, then argon gas and tungsten filament. Then what is the important property of this tungsten filament actually? The important property of these it has two important properties. For this tungsten filament, first it has high resistance and its high melting point. Okay, it has high resistance and it has high melting point. These are the important properties of this tungsten filament. It has a high resistance and its melting point is very high. The melting point of tungsten is very high and it has a very high resistance. Listen to it. So, when an electric current passes through the filament, due to its high resistance, it heats up quickly. okay, to about actually 2500 degrees Celsius, 2500 degrees Celsius. Okay, when electric current passes through the tungsten filament, due to its high resistance, it heats up quickly, that is about 2500 degree Celsius. Okay, and at this temperature, the tungsten filament begins to glow and emits light. Okay, and at this high temperature, the tungsten filament begins to glow and emits light. Listen it. In this way, actually, the electric bulb glows. Okay, then actually what is the function of this argon gas here? Actually it protects the very hot filament from burning out. Okay, actually this argon gas that protects the very hot tungsten filament from burning out, and also it prevents the bulb from breaking. Okay, it prevents the bulb from actually breaking. Listen it, actually these are the functions, the role of argon gas here. Actually argon gas protects the very hot tungsten filament from burning out, and also it prevents the bulb from breaking. Listen it, and that is about actually electric bulb. Okay, actually what is the basic principle of electric bulb? The working principle of electric bulb, actually it is heating effect of electric current. Okay, electric bulb that works based on the heating effect of electric current. Okay, actually it has a partial vacuum. The electric bulb has partial vacuum. Then inside it is argon gas, then also tungsten filament which is made up of tungsten metal. Okay, filament which is made up of actually tungsten metal. Listen it. Then what is the important properties of this tungsten filament? It has very high resistance, and it has a very high melting point. Okay, very high melting point and very high resistance are the two important properties of this tungsten filament. Listen it. And when electric current passes through this filament, due to its high resistance, it heats up quickly to about 2500 degree Celsius. Okay, when electric current passes through this filament, due to its high resistance, it quickly heats up to 2500 degree Celsius. And at this temperature, the tungsten filament begins to glow and emits light. Listen it. Then what is the function of this argon gas? Actually it protects the very hot tungsten filament from burning out. It protects the very hot tungsten filament from burning out, and also it prevents the electric bulb from breaking. Okay, that is about actually electric bulb. Next about fuse. Okay, fuse. You know, the electricity we use in our home, that comes from actually power stations through wires. Okay, you know, the electricity is actually generated in power stations. From there, the electricity reaches our homes through wires. You know, okay, and sometimes there is a sudden increase in electric current supplied by the power stations. Listen it. Sometimes there is a sudden increase in the electric current that is supplied by the power station, and if the electric current in the circuit becomes too high, it heats up the wires in the circuit. I think you know, when a large amount of electric current that passes through the wire, that produces what? It heats up the electric wire. Okay, when a large amount of electric current that passes through the wire, it heats up the wire. Actually this causes to melt the insulating material covering of wires. Actually the wire that is covered with the insulating materials. If the electric current that becomes too high, that cause it produces heat, and this leads to the melting of insulated materials that is used to cover the wire. Listen it. And also the overhead wires can cause fire. Listen it. If the insulating material melts, and the overhead wires can cause what? Fire. And to prevent this, actually a fuse is used. Okay, actually fuse is actually a safety device. A fuse is actually a safety device. Actually, it protects the electric circuit and electric appliances or electric devices that is attached to the circuit when large amount of electric current passes through the circuit. Okay, actually electric fuse or simply fuse that is actually a safety device. It protects the electric circuit and electric devices or electric appliances that is attached to the electric circuit when large amount of electric current flows through the circuit. Listen it. That is actually the function of fuse. The electricity that is generated in the power station that is actually comes to our home through wires. Okay, and sometimes if there is a sudden increase in electric current supplied by the power station, if the electric current in the circuit becomes too high, it heats up the wires in the circuit. If the electric current in the circuit becomes too high, it causes what? It heats up the wires in the electric circuit, and this can melt the insulating material covering the wires. Okay, and also suppose if the wires are overhead wires, the used overhead wires can cause what? Fire. And to prevent this, actually the fuse is used. A fuse is actually a safety device. Okay, it protects the electric circuit and electric appliances that is attached to the circuit when a large amount of electric current flows through the circuit. Okay, that is about actually fuse. Next we can see how does a fuse works. Okay, the working of fuse or electric fuse. Actually, electric fuse or fuse is a special type of wire which is a part of electric circuit. Okay, a fuse is a special type of wire. Actually, it is a part of circuit. Actually, it quickly melts when its temperature crosses the safe limit. Actually, it quickly melts when the temperature crosses the safe limit. Okay, suppose if the temperature that crosses the safe limit, it quickly melts. And when the fuse wire melts, what actually happening is the electric circuit breaks and the electric current is actually prevented from the flowing in the circuit. Okay, suppose here it is the normal current passes through it. It works normally. Okay, here the fuse, here we have an electric bulb. It glows actually normally. And in the second case, if excess current that passes in the electric circuit, due to the excess electric current, this fuse wire actually breaks like this. Okay, the fuse wire melts. The fuse wire melts like this. Actually, it breaks the circuit. Okay, so the electric current, here a break is there, so the electric current cannot flow through this circuit. And in this case, actually the bulb does not glow. Listen to it. If here, in the first case, actually the normal electric current is flowing, in that case the bulb glows. Suppose if excess electric current comes in this electric circuit, what happens here? Actually the the fuse wire melts and breaks the electric circuit, so the electric current cannot flow through the circuit. So in that case, actually the bulb does not glow. Okay, actually when the fuse wire melts, the circuit breaks and the electric fuse actually prevent the current from flowing in the electric circuit. Listen to it. And when the fuse wire breaks, it has to be replaced by a piece of same kind of wire. Okay, when the fuse wire melts or breaks, we have to replace the wire by a piece of same kind of wire. Okay, it should never replaced by a thick wire. It should be very thin. The fuse wire should be very thin. It should not be very thick. Listen to it. And if the fuse wire that melts immediately after it is replaced, then most probably there is some fault in the electric circuit. Listen to it. If the fuse wire that melts immediately after it is replaced, then most probably there is some fault in the electric circuit. Okay, all of you got it? That is about the working of electric fuse. Okay. Okay children, today's class we have learned about the heating effect of electric current. What is meant by heating effect of electric current? When electric current passes through a conductor or a metal wire, it produces heat, and this is called the heating effect of electric current. Then what do you mean by resistance actually? Every material shows some resistance or opposition to the flow of electric current. And this is called what? This is actually termed as resistance. Listen it. Next we have learned about what? Electric bulb. The working of electric bulb. Actually, what are the important parts actually? A partial vacuum, then argon gas and a tungsten filament. You know what are the important properties of tungsten filament? It has high melting point and high resistance. Then what is the function of argon gas? That is we used in electric bulb. Actually, it protects the electric glass cover from breaking, and also it prevents the burning out of the this electric bulb or electric filament. Okay, these are the important functions of actually argon gas. Next we have learned about electric fuse. Okay, actually it is a safety device. Listen it. Actually it is used to protect the electric circuit and electric devices or appliances from getting damaged if excess current passes through the electric current. Okay, that is the function of actually electric fuse. Okay children, that is the end of today's class. Thank you.